Welcome back, and warning, everything I say here is a joke. None of this means anything. I am 100% joking. There's no facts, anything on anything I say, okay? So if you can't take that, you're chud, but also click off the video. Anyway, so we're taking off from the last video I made, and it's time to fight Count Dooku. Spoiler, if you haven't seen the movies, dude, you're a fucking chud, okay? You're a fucking chud. Also, this is a shorter video today just because the game's getting finished today, and I'm not gonna pick up on Revenge of the Sith directly after. I'm gonna make other videos, some shit. Okay, and I don't have a whole lot to talk about, right? I got a story today, and then I'm gonna talk about some other shit. First thing, right? Lego prices, dude. So we've already established that I'm autistic. Okay, I like Legos. All right. I like building Legos, but I don't want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars for some fucking Legos, dude. What are they doing? This is Wadu, right? This is Wadu jacking the fucking Lego prices, so we just can't afford them. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with like Pokemon. Like I would fuck with Pokemon, right? I remember, I don't know, half a year ago, right? I went into Target and I bought some Pokemon cards. It was like, dude, it was like $60 for like fucking a pack of 10. The fuck is that shit? I should have just sealed. I should have kept it sealed and then resell like these other fucking sweaty merchants that do that shit. What the fuck's going on with that? Just let someone collect their fucking Pokemon. All right, literally fucking insane what they're trying to charge for this shit. And then even if you actually pull something, I didn't pull shit. Okay, I literally didn't pull shit. I wasted $60. That was like the worst investment I made in my entire life. But opening the cards gave me so much fucking adrenaline. So I maybe it's the thrill of the kill. You know what I mean? I didn't get a kill, so that one sucked. I'm not gonna lie. But even if I did unbox some gravy shit, right? I had to send it to PSA to really fucking do anything with it. So it's PSA graded 10 or 9. However, those fucking chicks want to, distinguish the cards. I'm not really too sure. There's like the centering and then all this stupid shit that goes along with it to determine whether it's worth $5,000 or $1,800 or, a bag of Doritos and some napkins. I don't really know exactly what goes on to it. All I know is it's Wadu trickery. All right. All right. So I'm gonna get into my story time. Have you guys ever had a really fucking annoying like little cousin? I did. Okay. And we're just gonna call him. No, I'm just gonna say his name. His name was Mac. Okay. And so Mac was annoying as shit, but he's also significantly younger than I was at the time. So I think I was like around 6 or I'm not gonna make that joke again. I was like 6 or 7 or some shit. I don't know. I just remember we had to all go out camping. Okay, really fucking annoyed cousin crying all the time. So I thought it would be funny, or I thought this was a great idea at the time. Hindsight 2020, not a great idea. So little Mac was running, and I was like, I had a rock in my hand, and I was like, I wonder if I could just launch this bitch. No intention of hitting him, but it was in his direction. Okay, and I launched that shit without a second doubt. Okay, I launched that shit as far as I could. Dude, you should have seen me. Okay, I was basically Tom Brady, but I launched that shit, and then it hit him in the fucking head, dude. I was aiming for like a tree or something, but that bitch had a course of its own, right? That rock was destined for his head. It was promised to his head 3,000 years ago, and it just happened to land there. And so he falls, right? And he starts like crying and shit. And obviously, I have to, I'm like 6 or like 7 or whatever the fuck. I'm not a very good actor, okay? So I'm like trying to act this out, like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm pretty sure I made up a lie that a squirrel must have dropped like an acorn on his head or something for, just screaming and shit. It wasn't very elaborate, but I think they bought it. I think they bought it, okay? I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's my story time for the day. You ever do some fuck shit like that? Dude, I felt so bad. I really did feel really bad. I feel bad to this day. It still haunts me. But at the same token, the rock was promised to him 3,000 years ago, so really, who am I to question it, you know? Alright, I'm gonna shift away from my rock story and just talk about views. Dude, the views have been literally crazy. I haven't got a lot of follows, so fuck you guys. Nah, I'm playing. No, but the views have really been crazy. So like 2 days, I think it's like 7K views across two platforms, which is actually like that's pretty crazy in my opinion. 'Cause I made content before, maybe obviously I never put my voice in or anything like that, but 7K views in 2 days is crazy to me. So thank you guys for just watching anything, whether it's the shorts. The shorts are the majority of it. Nobody watches my videos. Valid. I don't really blame them. But even just the shorts, thank you guys so much. Uh, even for tuning in. If you don't follow, if you just like it, or if you just watch it to watch it, I don't really care. Um, Thank you. I really do appreciate it, and I just wanted to segment this part of the video to just kind of say thank you. So yeah, thank you. Alright, enough of that fucking gay shit. Am I right? We're fighting Count Dooku right now, and I'm fucking Yoda if you're not tapped into this shit. Alright. I am basically the Messiah. Okay, I think and now we haven't really talked about the Yoda files too much. I got into the Yoda files last episode. Yoda files are deep, right? And I know Count Dooku's on him. Alright. Yoda's here to get rid of Count Dooku so he doesn't squeak. He doesn't squeal. Alright, Count Dooku's a little mouse in the trap, and Yoda wants him to shut the fuck up, okay? Count Dooku's been a part of the Yoda files for probably eons at this point, and he probably also, has some of that youth serum, right, that we've been hearing about. I think Yoda wants Count Dooku gone more than we do as viewers, right? Yoda's true intentions to us are probably unknown, okay? But all I know is those Yoda files are really building up, and there's only so much that can be said about them, right? Because you just keep looking at these Yoda files, and you know how Yoda talks, right? Yoda talks in codes, okay? So you really don't exactly know what he's saying at the time, but through his actions, you can get a deep idea, or at least some sort of understanding what Yoda is truly talking about. All right. So I don't know. Yoda files are crazy files. Look at this shit, dude. You saw Yoda jump in the way. See, he didn't want Obi-Wan to get hurt because Obi-Wan's in those files too. And look at him. Fought well, you have. That's Yoda has his files are so deep. We just don't really know the extent of them yet. But maybe through a period of time. See, he has to dip. He knows what Yoda's intentions are. Um, Count Dooku is essentially Charlie Kirk, right? He knows what's going down, right? And then he starts like pinning it, pointing it out, and well, we know what happens when you do that. All right, one of the things that did piss me off the most was Anakin's lightsaber, right? So in the movies, right, he had a green lightsaber, but through that entire battle, he had a blue one. And then I'm pretty sure, if correct me if I'm wrong, in the movies, Obi-Wan shit got fucked, and then he picked up Obi-Wan's lightsaber, so then he had a blue lightsaber, right? But originally he had the green one. I don't know if that's some sort of fucking hazing or something. Like you don't get a blue one until you're a master or something. Like what kind of that seems like some sort of hazing. There has to be something going on there. Dude, no, you're not worthy of this blue one, and unless you're black, you don't get this fucking purple one, right? I don't know, dude. It's kind of crazy when you think about the lightsaber colors. It's actually not crazy at all. I'm not gonna just gas myself up. Keep riding the same horse. It's really not crazy at all. I get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I also don't get it though. At the same time, look at this comic. Really, everything's going as planned, and then look, Anakin gets the biddy of his dreams. I hope they have a great marriage and nothing bad happens to them. Nothing bad can happen to them, right? This is a forever ever after sort of thing, right? They're chilling, right? Anakin would not do anything to jeopardize this marriage. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. Attack of the Clones is beat. I cropped, I want to say around 20 minutes out of this entire thing. So that's literally basically the entire game. I cropped like cutscenes and then some stupid shit out of the rest of it, but that's this entire game. Okay? So these games are short. I said that numerous times. The games are short as fuck. If you want to spend money on this, do not. please, like, just don't. Just buy the old ones and then save yourself some dough and buy them individually so you can just play the old ones. That's what I would do. But I got it for free, so I can, like I said, can't bitch. Anyway, I'll pick up Revenge of the Sith next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Stay chillin', obviously. I hope you guys have a nice day, and peace.